Hello, everyone. So sorry that took a little bit longer than expected, but hey, we're back to another episode of Blue Collar D&D, where a bunch of us weirdos try to figure out how to play Dungeons and Dragons. We're so excited to be back here on the internet with you wonderful people. It's been a while. With the birth of my wife and my first son, and the trials and tribulations that come along with that, it's been a very interesting few months, and we're excited to get back at it. Not only that, we have a new player, Nee. She, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nee. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So a few announcements. There have been some changes made since our last broadcast. I'm not sure what's going on with D Live right now. It's being a little funky. But we are actually now live not only on Twitch, but on YouTube, Facebook, Trovo, and Mob Crush. And as such, you'll be able to interact with each other for the first time in a very long time, which is actually really awesome. We haven't had this ability to do that since we started because we've just been on Twitch. So it's a very interesting kind of new thing we're trying out here, where you guys can all discuss different conspiracies about the campaign and much more. As we continue to grow on these platforms, more stuff will become available on those platforms for you guys to interact with, which will be really cool. For those of you on Twitch, you have access to a number of emotes thanks to the Better TTV extension, entries into our dice giveaway, which and also the ability to actually impact our dice in real time via the text commands that you can find in the About section below. Excuse me. As you view the stream on Twitch, you'll actually earn gold pieces that you can spend on entries to the dice giveaway and those text commands as well. Once we get a little bit more viewership on some of the other channels, we'll have some more platform perks, and we'll be sending these giveaways to you all as well, so you guys will not miss out. But with that said, we are actually going to be... Let me just switch over the players here so you can see them all. There's Nee. With that said, through our partnership with Eldritch Press, we're actually going to be giving away a PDF copy of Eldritch Grimoires, Nature's Wrath, as well as Eldritch Treasures, Volume 1. Both are great supplements to add to your games. This giveaway will be drawn at the break, and the winner will be selected from entries from all the platforms that are watching, so be on the lookout for that, and make sure you stay tuned to find out the secret code for that. At this time, Ashley, is there anything that you would like to talk about at this time?
There is a lot, Howard, that I'd like to talk about, but we don't. I really want to get back into this amazing game that I've missed so much, and I missed all of you guys. Only thing I will say, and next week I'll talk about all of the amazing stuff that Are You Sure is doing. But next week, from the 3rd through the 7th, there will be a Jasper's Game Day held on Slade's Paradise. That's twitch.tv/Slade's Paradise, where I will be running a game on the 4th at 12 p.m. EST. My players will be fighting Nightbot. It's a play on words from Nightbot. Can't use Nightbot because it's copyrighted, but it's Nightbot with a K. And I am so excited to have these amazing players. And yeah, I'm not going to take up much more time, but please come join us. It is for a great cause. As you know, you never have to roll alone. And please join us on March 3rd through the 7th on Jasper's Game Day.
Awesome.
Twitch.tv/Slade's Paradise. There we go. I'm done.
Awesome. Thank you, Delta Wolf, $14.99 for the follow there during that. I guess without further ado, I do have one last surprise for you all. We have a special little thing to show you guys, so just 1 second. And we're back. So hope you all enjoyed that little ditty. But for now, we are gonna jump right back in. I actually am gonna refresh. We're having some issues here with the overlay, so we're just gonna hit that really quick. But last we left off, the Teeth of Nulgrim, after defeating the head of the Durgar army, learning some possible mind control that might have plagued them, and transporting a few members of, and then after transporting a very few number of very confused Durgar back to the city of Nulgrim, you all enjoyed an evening of celebration and merriment with your victory in the Great Durgar War. Upon going to bed for an evening's rest, Juliet, you were alerted to a few shifting figures in the windows of your room at the Tricky Inn Tavern, upon which these assassins shouted, "For the Faelies!" before attacking your friend Morharon. An endeavor that would prove to be very foolish, as the four of you quickly dispatched these attackers with ease. And that's where we left off. You are all currently still in the room, with the exception of Juliet, who pursued one of the assassins into the streets of Nulgrim. Red crimson stain the quaint interior of the room here at the Tricky Ingot. Teeth of Nulgrim. With the exception of Nee. What would you like to do?
I have the head in my hand. I'm looking
Yup.
up at the window. So, should we take it to the cleric?
I guess you want to hold on to it?
I mean, we can put it in the bag of holding where all the other heads went.
No, you can hold that in your hand.
Ugh.
You can
What's
parade
a-
that down the street.
What's a cleric gonna do with a head like that?
Morharon, the cleric is going to talk to it. It's going to, well, he's going to cast a spell. Or they're going to cast a spell. And
Right.
we're going to figure out, we're going to get 5 questions that we can get to answer. Hopefully it answers it.
Okay.
Why don't we just check these other bodies, see if maybe they had some documents on them? Maybe who sent them here, or how they knew where we were.
Fine, we'll do it the logical way,
mean,
Timic.
We can hold on to the head, and if we don't find anything, we can bring it to the cleric, I guess.
I'm
Should
going to
we put
start
it-
searching.
Okay.
Should we put it in like a bucket of milk?
What about the bottle of milk?
Should we put the head like in a bucket of milk? Maybe make
Why
a
would-
cast of it?
No, are you going to drink? No. What?
It would just be a safe place to store it.
I'm scared that you're going to drink it. I'm thoroughly worried about
No.
this.
Moron might drink that one.
I'm thoroughly worried that you're going to drink this Morharon.
I mean, I'm not that foolish. I've seen some pretty grotesque things already traveling with you bunch, but that seems a little bit much.
I recall you want to eat bodies that we killed before.
Right.
Yeah, but mixing it with milk, that's just wrong.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty
like-
horrible.
It's
That is,
put-
that is bad.
It's like putting strawberries in milk. Like, what are you doing? That's just stupid.
Good idea. Should try that.
Strawberries and milk sounds good. Strawberries and like a head, like with blood and stuff and a brain. That does not sound good.
I'm sure there's somebody who would like that. Not us.
Okay. Well, if we're not going to put it in a bucket of milk, but we'll put it in an empty bucket so that way we don't look like crazy people walking around with chopped off.
I mean, I understand that we're really concerned about what we're doing with this head, but wouldn't you think it might be a little bit more prudent to, I don't know, figure out like who attacked us in the middle of the night? Wouldn't that be kind of a more important thing? Why would they attack the son of a duke? I don't really quite understand that.
That's a very logical question you just asked, Marharon. And
That was
I'm-
Shirley.
oh, was that Shirley?
I'm playing 2 characters in the scene right now. Okay.
you're gonna have to like put up like a I'm playing Shirley or this is Marharon speaking.
Yeah.
I totally get that, Shirley. But here's the problem with that. This cleric that we speak to will be able to cast something, and we can ask who sent them.
That's,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
our
I understand how that works. I can understand why our friend Morharon wouldn't understand, though, being from the Yeah, I mean, it seems like a really kind of an odd thing that you could be able to do is talk to dead people, but I've seen stranger things before. Yeah, no, you understand. Okay, let's figure this out.
I love this so much. I miss you
Maybe
guys.
maybe I should look through these other corpses, see if there's any paperwork, anything on them.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, sir. You find on one of the bodies a piece of parchment that generally describes and fits the description of the four of you here. You're basically just your four party members with specific instructions to kill you, basically. That's kind of the most you get from it, other than the fact that it is signed by an individual. Juliet, give me a history check.
Sure.
Holy dice. And they were all bad. So yeah, no, you see that it's signed by an individual that says, second. Just want to make sure I'm giving you the proper name. There we go. You see it's signed by an individual called Sapiros Bailey.
That doesn't ring any bells to me, correct?
Nope. Unfortunately, it does not know.
Got no clue who this is.
Timmy, give me a history check as well, but at disadvantage, if you don't mind, please. All right, that's better. So with a 15, you do recall when picking up the notes from the half dragonborn, half undead fungus thing that you all killed back in the town of Timberwood. You do recall that there was a notation there about this individual, Sapiros, that you would then be able to make that connection that for whatever reason, maybe that the dragonborn individual that you guys killed that was turning everybody into werewolves might be working for or was affiliated with the Sapiros in some way.
Can I say I've gotten back into the room by now?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought the person that was turning people into werewolves was that alchemist down in the cave. That was a dragonborn?
It was a dragonborn that had some sort of odd fungal undead growth that was coming out of it, almost like worms, if you recall.
All right, so that alchemist was working with the Phales, and that's why they're mad. Okay.
What'd you find out, Timmick? You have that weird look on your face.
That's just my face.
Oh well.
What was
Just
that
checking.
name? Yeah, no, it's okay. What did you say that name was again there, Juliet? I didn't quite catch that.
How do you say the name again?
Sapiros Phaley.
Sapiro Phaley.
I think Phaley sounds familiar. I think they might be they're definitely one of the higher up families in Dreadmire. Or at least my father, well, we don't really think very highly of many folks out there, but the individuals who are kind of the ones that spearhead or the ones higher up in that society are kind of the worst of the bunch. If they're the ones that attacked us, that's probably not the greatest enemy to have, but definitely not the worst one to take out. But
so I guess that's the direction.
I mean, I feel like I gotta.
Really, if you're scared and want to stay here with your family, that's perfect.
No, I've already taken up oath for my father to take the Duragar back to the Witchworm Tomb, but I can sneak around a little bit, see if I can learn anything else about these Phales, figure out what they value, and maybe the Duragar can be of some use. Maybe they can repay some of their debts by helping us gain some information.
What time is it right now?
It is like 2 a.m.
Should we try to get some sleep before we do all this?
Yeah. You know, my adrenaline's not pumping for just killing a few people. I can definitely fall back asleep pretty easily right now.
I would like to try to go back to bed, get some rest, and then first thing in the morning we can go do the thing.
And you are able to do so. You guys are able to come down, kind of calm down. You guys were kind of like near the tail end of the last watch anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. And you are able to kind of finish your rest and all your spell slots back. I'm actually doing it for you on on the other side. All your spell slots are back, HP's back, everything's back, and you have the next day to you. Shirley does leave early, mentioning that he does have to escort the Duragar out west or out east back to the Witchworm Tomb, along with Captain Reichel and a couple other members of the Crimson Regiment. And he says his goodbyes.
Bye, Shirley.
And he does leave you with 3 of his potions of healing, and his, where is it? I just had it. And he does leave the alchemy jug with you as well. So Timic, I'll put that in your inventory just for sake of ease.
And he leaves us all his gold, right? He just like slips that to me.
Yeah, no. He doesn't have you have more gold than he does, if that makes you feel any better.
Okay.
And there, it's all on your character sheet now. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to go look for the cleric.
Okay.
Right?
Pardon?
I'm asking Juliet if she still thinks that's necessary.
Well,
We know where the Phales are. We know they're from Dreadmire. Why don't we just bring the fight to their doorstep?
I mean, we can. If there's other things we need to do as well.
Talk about those bounties on the monsters.
Talk about those frogs.
Oh, 5,000 gold a head, right?
Yeah, 5,000 a head. What do you think?
Yeah, I could open my own dairy farm and make my own milk.
You can own so many cows.
I could, yeah. I could breed out the worst of the stock and make the finest milk in the entire continent.
I mean, as long as you save.
Oh, go on.
Oh, as long as you save some of them, the ones that you don't need anymore for me, I'll be more than happy to help you out in that endeavor.
Yeah, sure. Could open
Maybe
a barbecue restaurant too.
we can give them chocolate, and then it'll be chocolate milk.
That's all we feed them is chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something about that logic doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me.
What about that strawberry thing he was talking about last night?
Ooh, that's a good idea too.
Oh,
right.
goodness.
Now we're on to something.
I like this. I like this idea a lot.
I'm down.
This is something I can see investing into. But first, we have to have the frogs'
Yes.
heads.
Perhaps we should see if those frogs are on the way to Dreadmire. Kill two birds with one stone.
We could. You know, it'd be also great if we had another T-Rex that y'all didn't kill.
It turned on us.
I could have persuaded. It liked me.
We can find another one.
I mean, maybe. Try to
You
persuade him.
couldn't persuade that beholder to be our friend.
Of course not.
That's not the best map. For your guys' memories and for the streams, so why don't we do that as well? Here is your map of the kingdom. You folks are looking. Let me see if I can.
Oh, for some reason, I was assuming Dreadmire was like super far away.
Oh yeah, no, it's way over. I mean, it's far away. It's just over there.
Right, yeah.
You do know that the frog individuals are up here. The reports are that they actually come from up in near the Shadow Pass area of the kingdom here to the north. Between the village of Pinewall and the Cloudspire Citadel.
Okay.
So it is quite it's a little bit of a journey to get up there as well. Dreadmire, it's close, and I know it's not a really great it's not a very great detailed map here. This would take you a considerable amount of time to traverse, even if you did leave from Timberwood and try to go, because there is no actual roads that lead to Dreadmire, and that's purposeful, mostly because of the fact that any attempts for Dreadmire to there's a couple of reasons, but the main one being is that Dreadmire has separated itself from the kingdom by being its own slave state, and none of the actual villages or the actual kingdom of Theoba wants to deal with any business with them, and for that matter, the village of Shadowmoor over here as well. Based on their geography, they kind of are cut off from the rest of the actual kingdom, but the other reason is because they are also known to be notoriously rough and tumble, to say the least.
So what do you think, Timmick? More Haran?
Really doesn't matter to me. We can go north first. Get some frog heads.
Yeah,
We have another contract too.
We do. Yeah, we have another contract. I think I do know it's kind of in the direction of Dreadmire. It's kind of out over here in the swamp marshlands up in this area. But I feel like if we're gonna be going after some of these monsters, we kind of were a little reckless the last time with that tricks. I mean, it may be worth to learn a little bit more about the things we're gonna be hunting.
You know, we didn't ask a lot of questions before, did we? About those frogs.
No, we heard 5,000 gold ahead and we took it and ran.
Maybe we should go back to the guild and ask some questions, Mari. See what we're getting into. Because I was sleeping when you made this arrangement.
That may not be a bad idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We have that contract right near Dreadmire, so we'll see what that's all about. We'll get a little more info.
Absolutely. You all make your way back to the Tricky Ingot Tavern. Well, you don't actually really make it there. You literally go downstairs and go to the back door, where you're able to knock on the door and be let in by an unkind into the Hand of Justice Monster Hunter Fiend Hunter Guild. Not much has changed here. There hasn't been any real additions to the collection, other than you actually do see a couple of the teeth and claws from the Treks that you actually all slaughtered, kind of like almost making a nice dangly necklace around the head of the Manticore that you actually brought in. So you've kind of changed some of the furniture and some of the decor here in this little kind of like hidden off spot here of a Monster Hunter Guild. You do see Akumi, the half-orc guild leader liaison. She's the one, if you all recall, she's got that kind of like ponytail haircut with the two tusks that come up here. Nice tribal tattoos that kind of like come around her biceps. And she wears a nice pair of like thick leather bracers, and she kind of just like looks up at all you all and goes, "Well, that was fast. Wait, you didn't actually kill all those things. Well, you didn't actually kill those frog things already, did you?"
10 of them. I think I've 50,000 gold.
Well, I mean, that's impressive. Can you show them to me first?
Oh, we had to light them on fire.
We haven't killed him yet.
Yeah. Well, I had a feeling.
Yeah, we're actually back to maybe get a little more info on these bounties. We kind of rushed out last time.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit foolish for y'all to kind of just run out of here after that last time you were here. I have a little bit of a general description of them. From my understanding, they're not... You've heard of Grung, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They ain't those.
Oh, okay, good.
They're some sort of like even nastier kind of type of thing. They are generally large, and they kind of... They probably... The descriptions that we've been getting is that they can be anywhere between 6 and 9 to 10 feet tall. Multiple different colors. Just very strange. And they even have like... I mean, I guess they're more like toads than frogs, I guess. But for them, it's... They're very strong. I want to caution you that this is a very... There's a reason why the regiment doesn't want to be bothered with this, is because they've already kind of sent a few troops of some of their, regular foot soldiers, and well, a number of them didn't come back. This is a dangerous, this isn't one to be necessarily taken lightly, but it's got that hefty price tag though, so clearly, the people over at Cloudspire want these things taken out. And I've been getting reports that big part of the reason is because they've been kind of stopping any sort of trade or resupply up into the Citadel.
I'd like to ask a question to the DM.
Yes.
With this description, can I do some sort of history or some sort of check to see if it's what I think it is? If I've encountered or heard of something like this before.
You have not encountered this individual creature before.
Okay.
For your knowledge.
But what I've heard
I'm not gonna have you roll if I know you don't know. That makes sense.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, Akumi, have there been reports sent back of maybe what they do to kill these tradesmen, and are they just melee attacking them, or are they throwing spells?
Pretty much seems like they're very brutal. There are some variants that I guess might have the ability to throw some spells, but they seem like... It almost seems like there's a hierarchy of them. Based on the color that they have. It's very...
What color are they? Orange or something?
They range all over them. I mean, I've heard of red, green,
So if you know of a hierarchy, which ones are on top?
I know. All I know is the red ones are the lowest.
All right.
They're also the smallest.
Okay, so what we got is that they're brutal and they're big.
This doesn't sound like a frog.
Maybe they're more
Like
like
I said-
battle.
Yeah, they're more like battle toads.
I've never heard of a battle toad, but it sounds terrible.
I
Terrifying.
mean, it was okay. It's nothing near. I mean, they were kind of like second in line to the Ninja Turtles, but I mean, they're okay.
They sound enjoyable to me. Maybe I can just become friends with them. Do they ride on pigs?
I would think that they would rather eat pigs, to be perfectly honest.
I've heard of Battletoads riding on pigs.
No.
I'm still quite stuck on the Ninja Turtles. Who encountered a turtle that was a monk?
Moron? Shirley? Oh, he's gone.
Sure. Oh, yeah, Shirley's gone. You haven't heard of the story of the Ninja Turtles. They were all named after very famous artisans from back. I mean, it's an old, like, kind of, kind of like a fairy tale that the young kids in the area kind of like get read to them by their mothers. It's, it's always nice to think about, like, playful little turtles being able to kind of do stuff, but they're so, turtles are actually really slow in reality. I mean, there's no way they could actually like hold weapons. That's just silly.
This is fascinating. So it was a bunch of turtles.
Where do they live?
That would make more sense. Turtles?
Okay.
I don't know. Not on this continent.
What about these Ninja Turtles?
I mean, you're better off asking the author. I wouldn't actually know myself.
Timmick, put that on the list. We need to find the author of the Ninja Turtles.
Writing it down right now. Is that the name of the fairy tale?
I don't
Ninja
know.
Turtles?
I think they were called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The name of it didn't age well. I mean, now that they know what they really are, it seems like they were all turtles. So, killing them Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I mean, it just seems like it's in bad taste.
How can a turtle be a mutant? This makes no sense.
Well, exactly. That's why I think it was clearly whoever wrote the story didn't understand what they were writing about.
Did they have a leader?
I mean,
do you have a copy of this book?
I mean, like I said, it's not something no, I don't. I mean, I don't have any kids, so I don't read it. I remember my mother reading it to me for a while.
All right. Where's
Your
your
library?
I don't have. Do you see how big this room is? Like, this is how big this is. Well, there's no other rooms.
So Timmick asked, "Where's your mommy?" And I want to know, where is the library so I can go find this book? Because I am thoroughly interested in it.
I want to see your mom.
Are you into moms?
Is she the librarian? I'm probably as old as her mom. If not older.
How old are you?
Older than you.
I don't know if that's true.
Do you have a bird living in your beard?
I don't have a beard to have a bird. I have a mouse on my shoulder.
No, you don't. I killed it.
No, you don't. He's right here.
That's what you think.
I'm pretty sure I see it right there.
Thank you.
Let's stop with this little straight. Thank you, Kumi. We've been bothering you clearly way long enough. What do you have any more information about that troll out to the east? Well, whatever it is, it seems to be living in the swamp, like upstream from the rest of the water supply. It only moved in recently. It hasn't bothered most of the villagers in the area, but I mean, it's a troll. I mean, it's got to be dealt with, right?
I mean, I've met trolls that just like to have parties and, dance around.
Not all trolls are bad trolls.
Yeah, it's pretty racist, actually, Akumi.
Kind of.
Well, when you've seen half of your family getting its head ripped off by one, you would understand. Good day.
I've watched my mother rip off plenty of heads. Put them around an altar. Raise demons from it.
Your mother sounds like a delight.
Is she a troll?
No, she's a drow high priestess. Much more scarier.
Ah. I want to meet your mom, too.
You don't want to meet my mom. She's a bitch.
All right, we'll go see Akumi's mom first.
Yes, we want to meet your mom so she can tell us ninja stories. Ninja Turtle stories.
It's going to be kind of hard to do that.
Oh, did poor mommy have her head ripped off by a troll?
Please go. Now.
Fine.
I'm gonna get you guys kicked out of this guild before you. Anyway.
Sorry. Oh, that was good.
I don't know what you're apologizing for. Anyway, what are you guys doing next?
Well, I'd like to have breakfast. Is there anybody new in this bar that we haven't seen before?
I mean, there's a number of different patrons in this bar that you haven't seen before. I mean, it's still a relatively small bar, but I mean, the crowd changes from time to time.
Does anyone stick out like an adventurer?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure.
This isn't so much it's more just to see if you can pick out like anyone with a unique look to them more than anything else. 11. You do see. One moment. Gotta find him. You do see what appears to be a bird-like humanoid that kind of sticks out from the rest of the crowd. They look like they're... Oh, wait, hold on, everyone. There's someone coming into the room. Which means I have to move everybody's things around again, but that's okay. Hey, there he is.
Moron!
Everybody's in the wrong place. That's okay.
It's fine.
We will figure that out. While I go ahead and figure that out. So Maury, I have done my darndest to pretend to be you and probably failed miserably, but
It's bad.
yeah, it was pretty bad. I tried to make puns, didn't work. You know, as you do.
Well, I'm happier than a pig in mud to be back.
There it is. You just learned some information about some of the frog toad-ish individuals that you are been sent to hunt. They have a very interesting kind of I guess we call it physique. They vary in ranges from the size of a regular humanoid to being quite large. They come in a variety of colors, as well as I'm continuing to do two things at once. The Crimson Regiment that has been stationed up at the Cloudspire Citadel has had some of their soldiers go out to try to meet them in the field, but have not come back. And is part of the reason why the price tag on these particular creatures is so high. But as far as everything else, that is all you know.
Right. Are these the
I also learned some other things.
We learned about Ninja
You've,
Turtles.
killed
Yep.
before?
Ninja Turtles. We learned that Akumi is very racist towards trolls.
Apparently her family got killed by a bunch of trolls or something.
It's acting like people's families don't die.
By trolls all the time. Like she's special.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's they're pretty dumb and ugly, so that kind of puts them on my crap list too. So
That, and they usually hide behind like keyboards and stuff like that. They're really, really just the nastiest type of people.
The keyboard.
that's a different species of troll.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Are these the same creatures that we've killed before in the caves? Same type
They
of
are, they are not. They are, in fact, very different, much larger, and they are not. They're more like toad-like than they are frog-like. There was references to battle toads and Ninja Turtles after that, and it kind of all devolved into shenanigans. But other than that.
All right. So what's the plan?
Moron, give me a history check. Or actually, not even a history check. Give me a nature check.
Boy.
You can just roll if you're not in Foundry yet.
I am. I was just seeing if it'll be. It's not rolling. All right, give me a
Okay.
second. I got it right here.
There you go. When all else fails, use real dice, folks.
That's right.
Right here. As I thought, 11.
Awesome. There are a couple of features that you hear, particularly that they come in different colors that kind of spark certain feelings, but you're not really quite sure where to place them.
Okay.
And in addition to that, for your point of reference and for everyone else's again, you do know that these individual creatures are somewhere up in this area, and that there's also a troll that's been poisoning a water supply to Thistlebrush up in this area. In addition, you also learned that the individuals that had tried to kill you and your entire party members in the middle of the night were sent by a family known as the Faleys that live out in Dreadmire and is one of the more higher up families in that slave trade society. They are very much not nice people and are very well off and very rich and very much very dangerous.
All right.
While everybody watches me fix everything all online.
Danger's kind of par for the course around here, so.
Yeah, I know. I have a thing that I'm gonna fix on this.
So what should we do next? As I avoid the bird-like person that's in the room. I look, I see them, I ignore them. I stay far away from that person.
I go right over to the bird.
Okay. Of course you do. As you get closer, Timic, you notice this bird almost kind of looks like a crow. Black feathers, very kind of sharp features. Been kind of like saying to themselves. They've been very quiet, not really saying much, being very reserved. They're not with anybody in particular. They're just kind of like there by themselves in the corner.
I want to signal to the bartender to get us a round of milk. Start off the day.
Okay. Jezin more than happily obliges. He takes out another one of those nice, if I'm not mistaken, pewter kind of style, like milk jugs, opens one up and pours out a glass for you and whoever else you ask it for.
For the bird.
Yeah, for the bird.
I'm going to go over there and hand it to the bird. Say, you got to try this stuff. It's the best around. It's the best I've had. And believe me, I know my milk.
Believe me, I know my milk. Best and stuff in town.
You know your milk too. I like you.
I like you.
At least somebody around here appreciates me.
Somebody appreciates me.
Do you want to live in my beard, maybe? You're better than Dale.
Live in your beard? Maybe? Best in town.
What the...
Guys, check this out.
Yeah, I'm checking something out. What the heck is happening?
I have no clue. I was trying to avoid
I
any
have no
new-
clue.
But likes you too, Juliet.
What the heck is that thing? As he points at Morharon.
This is Morharon.
This is Morharon.
Yeah, that's right. What's your name?
This is Morharon.
No way.
You're
Two morons?
I don't know two Morons. First one I've ever met. I go by Maury.
I go by Maury.
What are the odds?
Guys, this guy's really dilling my pickle.
He's diddling your pickle?
What does that mean, Maury?
You know exactly what it means. He's making my pickles. It means what it means.
Is he messing with your pickle?
Well, I mean,
I'm messing with your pickle.
there you go. It says it right there.
Stop messing with Maury's pickle.
Dylan, your pickle.
Is this
Best stuff in town.
I'm quite confused at the moment.
Guys,
I'm Morharon.
You know- I think he might be a valuable asset to my dairy farm idea.
I'm Morharon.
Temek, is there a reason that you came over here to talk to this person thing bird?
Just looked interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'm person thing bird.
I think he's a little off his rocker.
You put your
No.
Dylan in the pickle.
You know, kind of like one flew over the cuckoo nest. That's what I think he is.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's there's
I am cuckoo.
lights on, nobody's home. Got it. Check.
It's like no one's upstairs.
Nobody.
Everyone's no.
No one's upstairs?
No.
Nope.
There's not a few corpses up there.
Two
Yeah.
candles.
Best milk in town.
All right,
Hey.
let's go, Maury.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm out of here.
Dylan, your pickle.
Stop dealing his pickle.
I think I should be a little bit more judicious with my choice of words around strangers.
Yeah, seriously, he wanted to deal your pickle.
I think I might have gotten us into a little bit more of a stranger situation than we needed to there, but
I was just talking about milk. And
You get us
started
into
getting
it.
your pickle diddles.
yeah.
We're in a bit of a pickle right now.
Yeah, I think we should skedaddle on out of here.
Thought you wanted to get some food.
I just meant away from this thing.
Well, Julia has a head. You want to eat that?
Who?
You can't eat the head.
Yeah, I don't intend on doing that. I mean, just some eggs would be fine.
Well,
I don't
you're
even
just talking to a bird. Perhaps the bird has some eggs.
I guarantee you, however that thing would give me an egg, I'm not interested.
All right, I'll say bye to my new friend and I'll walk away.
Best in town. Anyway, what are you guys doing next?
Well, I would like to investigate these Ninja Turtles, so I'm gonna look for the first child I see in the street and ask them if they've heard this tale.
Always
Second that.
Always the best course of action.
Sure. So you go out into the town square. You actually, as you're kind of heading out, you actually see that there are a few children kind of running around playing some casual games. You also do kind of see a crowd kind of gathering off, kind of in almost like not an alleyway, but just like kind of off to the side in the market district here. There seems to be kind of a little bit of a commotion, but you're not really quite sure it is. But you do see a number of children kind of playing in and around that area as well.
There's some kids over there.
Let's go. Juliet, you're the most pleasant looking around here, so maybe you should talk to them. They might get scared of my bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids don't like me too much either, so I'll kind of hang back a little.
I go up to the children. Hey, hi kids.
Oh, hey. Holy. Hi.
It's
Your
This
eyes
is where
are
I'm from.
pink.
Yeah, stop. It's a condition. Anyway, have you ever heard of the story about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I have.
You
My
have?
favorite-
Okay, that's great.
My favorite's Dawn.
Can you tell me where can I get this book at?
Well, I don't. Mommy told me not to bring strangers to the house, so.
No, I don't want to
Yeah.
come to your house.
Oh, good, because that would be bad. Mom would be very angry.
I just want to know where can I get this book at?
I mean, you can probably buy it from, or there's a library not too far where you can research or find things.
Right as they said library, I turn on my heel and I start running back towards your group, but I turn my head a little bit. Okay, thanks kid. Don't get eaten by a monster one day when you grow up. And then I run back to the group.
Bye. Bye. And you just see the little boy like run off, and basically just run home.
Okay, Timmick, we can get this book at the library. We have to buy it, which is fine, but we can learn about these mutant Ninja Turtles. That might be a real thing, and we can go find them, and we can recruit them, and we make them part of our army.
Did this kid have a copy of the book?
He did not. It's back at his home.
All right, let's go to his house.
We can't go to his house. That would be weird.
Why not? He's got a copy of it there. It seems like the most logical thing to do.
We can't do that. Parents will
the
think that's weird. Grown-ups
The
coming
thing
to
is
this kid's
that
house.
I don't want to pay money for the book, and I also don't have a library card.
And plus, there's only probably one at the library. There's definitely one at this kid's house.
Right. It could already be taken out of the library.
I think we should check the library first. I'll get the card and I'll pay for it.
So a no to the kid's house?
No to the kid's house. It's weird.
But no for now though. But possibly later if we have to.
The only way we'll go to this kid's house is if he's possessed by a demon and we have to kill him.
The kid? I'm not killing no kid.
If he's possessed by a demon, wouldn't you?
Well, if that's what we need to kill somebody, I should have killed you a long time ago.
I'm not possessed by a demon, though.
Just
I see
chase
you
by.
talking to yourself sometimes.
Timmick, you talk to your beard all the time.
You know Dale lives in there.
Right, Dale lives in there, but
I
no
don't
one
know who
else
you're
knows. I'm talking to my patron, who is clearly not an evil devil.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't say that that's necessarily clearly not.
Yeah.
I do give you the benefit of the doubt, of course, but
He's like a large, like cat god.
Seems like a bit of a gray area, but
Yeah, cats are generally evil.
That's not true. Not all cats are evil. Some cats are really nice. And look, this cat god gave me fire powers. Why would demons give anyone fire powers?
Dwarves don't like cats, so they're evil to dwarves.
the whole demon
Don't ask me to swim.
fire thing too kind of math adds up, but
Anyway, we're getting completely off topic.
All right, so the kid's house. Let's go.
right.
It's obviously the library. We don't know where the kid left. He went home. We're not gonna go chase the child.
Oh, he's over there. Let's go.
Tim, make a perception check.
That's a different kid, I think.
I love that Jennifer's just over here, just like, what is wrong with this group? What did I get myself into?
With a 10, that kid is gone.
Yeah, that's a different kid.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kid.
He might have a copy
Blew our
too.
chances. All right, better hope this library has it.
All right, we're gonna go to the library.
Okay. You head over to the library. There is one here in Middle Nulgrim, where you actually currently are. As you walk in, you see the librarian sitting at the desk with a number of different books kind of like piled up. She's very overwhelmed. It seems like she's the only one here. This library is actually fairly large. It kind of expands out beyond your eye can see, with it actually almost like kind of rounds around, and the shelves kind of like begin to kind of like file vertically away from you. And there's actually a set of stairs that kind of come up in this like kind of foyer area and actually go up to a second floor of even more books. You actually see her kind of like sitting there with a number of them piled up. This actual librarian, she's a halfling, relatively short, brown hair, glasses, with a kind of like a little almost like a feather quill in her hair. She wears a red colored dress, very similar to the kind of like the city colors of red that Nulgrim is known for. She kind of just is buried in her ledger, kind of like looking at everything. Doesn't really acknowledge that you even walk in at this time.
All right, guys, let me go smooth talk her. Maybe we can get what we need without a library card.
Pour the charm on Timic. Offer
Yeah.
her some of your milk.
No.
Maybe to pet Dale.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna go knock on her little table. Hey, I noticed you have a feather in your hair. I have a whole bird in my beard. I pull him out.
Okay, yeah, very, very nice. What do you want?
Ninja Turtles.
All right, you want the fiction section. You see, that aisle
Maybe
there?
you could escort me there.
Twyla! And you see coming around the corner, a human female, long brown hair. Her has like a kind of like a golden scarf kind of wrapped around her neck. She's wearing a collar and earrings made of turquoise stone, which seem to reflect some of the light of her eyes as they kind of look dull as she looks around a little bit. However, she kind of like looks up, and when those eyes meet, you kind of see some power and intelligence kind of shining there, despite how dull they look. Twyla, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, I was going to start with, yes, Miss Librarian, what do you need? And like you said, she has like long brown hair. She has a tunic, a golden scarf, and she's very interested in knowing what she called for.
Yeah, Twyla, can you take these folks to the nonfiction section? I know you're kind of deep in your personal research, but you can see the stack, right?
Yes, I can.
By the way, for your knowledge, Twyla, her name is Petra.
Thank you, Petra. I love it when you owe me one. So this way.
I look at Petra and I say, I'll see you later. Thanks for all the assistance.
And Twyla is able to kind of take you through a couple different shelves. She takes you kind of towards the back corner, into the fiction section, further into the children's book section. You do find a number of different books in a series. When you go to pull them off the shelf, they're drawn very well. But for the most part, the stories that are depicted here are more, they're very childish, but they're very like kind of simple, like very simple stories that are, basically 5 words per page. They're basically kind of like almost, like toddler baby book style books. They're meant more for like, like a first grade reading level. And they basically depict the stories of a band of 4 turtles that go around fighting crime with their rat kind of guide that basically kind of sees over them, and they happen to enjoy a very fancy kind of dish that they call it pizza, but it's kind of basically just some very strange dough with some like mixture of some crushed tomatoes with with some old aged milk that they kind of spread on top of it. But otherwise,
my interest.
It's a children's book.
It's clearly the pizza that gives them the powers.
Very interesting section to keep the research.
So Twyla, this is all real, right?
This happened.
So this is not the area of my research. This is the area of the children books. I think it's a great area for you to learn and tell stories to your grandchildren or your sons and daughters.
Oh,
they like it a lot.
How much for all of them?
We are a library. You can read them. If you want to buy them, you have to ask Petra. Maybe she'll let them go.
Can I steal them without Petra knowing?
I don't think so. We will know. I will know. And yes.
Probably not the best person to ask about stealing.
Probably not. Probably should go a different route.
No. But maybe if you want to buy them, I think in the market, maybe you could find some used one. You never know. Some kids grow up. They don't want them anymore.
Maybe we should go back to that kid's house.
We're not going to go back to the kid's house. I think you should try to seduce Petra.
I already tried. She didn't seem... Maybe the milk.
Maybe the milk is going to do it.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. You didn't present the milk.
I thought that was going to be like the trump card. If my, charm didn't go over too well.
You're clearly a very handsome dwarf. I mean, she has to be interested in you.
Clearly.
Maybe you could give her a present, something she'll like.
No.
Juliet, give me that rat.
You can have Sir Squeakington.
She wouldn't like that.
What does she like?
DM, do I know something that she would like? Like wine? Chocolate?
I mean, she's a little bit more of a, from your experience knowing her, she's into some more of the finer things in life. Like, most of the wine that's in this area is not of her taste. She usually goes for something that's from the vineyards down to the south. They're very hard to come by right now. But if you were able to find her something fine, she might go for it.
Well, maybe you could buy her something tasteful, maybe a scarf, something that a researcher would like, a pretty pen, paper.
How about a hooded lantern? You like that?
Would you like to come with us, and maybe you can take us to the places she likes?
Well, she owes me one. We could trade the favor. But you will owe me.
Sure, that seems fair. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
we're trading favors.
You get by around here. You want to lead us back up to the front and see if we can figure something out?
Well, I can. I wonder if you have something that I would be interested in.
You want a hooded lantern?
No, I don't want a hooded lantern. Let's go to Petra, because if she doesn't trade the favor, then we are losing time.
Lead the way.
Well, I'm going to grab all the books and put them carry them with me.
No, don't worry. I'll carry them. Please. All of them?
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
While they're doing that, is there a chance that I can look around and see if I find any books on the Underdark or like creatures, like monsters and stuff? Like
Sure.
a monster manual?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. I mean, you're kind of looking. Are you going to separate yourself from the group, or are you going to stick with the group and kind of just try to find a book as you're walking through the aisles?
I kind of separate myself from the group as one does. Like they're walking, and I kind of just turn my head and go down an aisle, not meaning to separate myself, but get distracted.
Okay,
No,
go
we're
ahead.
in trouble.
You can go ahead and roll this investigation check with advantage because you're actually actively going around the library trying to find something as opposed to just trying to find one as you cursorily glance as you walk past.
Moron, get your weapon ready. Juliet disappeared.
An 11.
Oh, something else is going to catch on fire.
12.
Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
it's with advantage.
Yes, you're right. So for a 12, you don't find anything specific about the Underdark necessarily. You do find a couple of different books on like kind of ancient, what some people might deem mythological creatures, but nothing very super specific. If you wanted to take a little bit more time to look around, you could, and roll another investigation check, but your presence will probably begin to be noticed, or your absence will begin to be noticed.
Yeah, that's fine, because I want to find stuff about the maybe the mind controlling creatures in the Underdark if I see anything.
Sure.
Would I notice that she's gone at this point?
I mean, yeah, you would notice. With Twyla kind of taking the front, she doesn't really like. Tembik is kind of like on her heels and stuff like that, kind of making it a little bit difficult for her to notice that she's gone off. But you're kind of in the back, so you would notice that she's disappeared. With a 10, it's not a familiar library to you. It's hard to find anything that you're really looking for. You are able to find a few more books about some general kind of like naturally like living beasts in the area. Like you do find information about owl bears, things of that nature, and other kind of animals that inhabit the forests in the surrounding region, but nothing specific to what you're trying to find.
I'll take that, and I'll take that, and ooh, this looks interesting. I'll take that. Nothing about mind controlling Underdark creatures that could be known as mind flayers, but I'll take this.
Okay. So you have 3 books?
Yeah.
Okay. As you make your way back up to the front, go ahead and give me a stealth check, Juliet, just so that way.
If I notice she's gone, I'm also trying to stand in the way, like so that if Twyla turns around, she doesn't see behind me.
Sure, with
That's
advantage.
that's why I was asking, because I figured she's off doing something nefarious. So.
Yes. So yeah, you can go ahead and make the roll with advantage because Morharon is helping you.
I rolled it. Oh, wait,
I
there it is.
know you did. I'm just trying to figure out what that, if Ty goes to the stealth there or not. Twyla, you just catch out of the corner of your eye, Twyla kind of like, or not Twyla, Juliet kind of hurriedly kind of like getting back to the rest of the group. You notice that she might have left very briefly, but she's back with the group now.
I'll just turn around and look at her, but I won't do anything.
Okay.
I found some books.
The good ones.
I mean, there might be some like stuff in here about some of the monsters that we fought.
Are they like the cartoony books like this lady has, or are these like real deal?
These have a lot more words than the other one did.
No, all right. Are we gonna give them to her too, or are we trying to steal these?
I don't want to steal them.
Do you want me to steal them?
No, I want to check them out like a civilized adult does.
All right. Just asking. I'll help you. I'm fine with whatever.
Cool. I don't want to be known as the book thief of Nolgrim.
Yeah, you're just the decapitator of Nolgrim.
Right, which is so much better.
The butcher at the window.
Yeah.
The meat grinder at the window.
Yeah. All right, so you are able to navigate your way back to the front of the library, Twyla leading the way. You then find Petra continuing to kind of log and file and check back in a number of different books that are sitting there at the desk at the counter.
Miss Petra,
Yes, Twyla dear. Oh, you brought them back. Lovely.
Ye- yes, I wanted to ask because they are very interested in the book. Can they buy them?
What are they trying to buy? Oh, you want those?
It's research,
I think we're on to something.
I mean,
clearly.
we aren't gonna sell the monster books, but the children's books. I mean, those ones are quite old. I mean, we've been thinking about getting them out of circulation anyway. I mean, we can part ways with those for a couple copper if you really want them that badly.
That's a steal, Timmick. Moron.
Yeah,
They
I'll
don't
give
know
you.
what they have.
What did you want me to steal?
I'm saying it's a steal. They don't know what they have. They're just giving away information.
So are you buying them?
I will buy them.
Okay. You now have a set of the Amazing Adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, volumes 1 through 5. You do notice at the bottom of it, there is kind of almost, you can tell it's not a full set. It does appear that it says 5 out of, like a slash and out of 8. So there's 3 books in this series that are missing.
Petra, do you have the other 3 volumes, or?
No, unfortunately, yes. There are a couple of hold on, let me look. And then she kind of like goes into her ledgers and just kind of like starts flicking through, kind of almost like a Rolodex of the.
If you need us to collect some late fees on these volumes, that's a bounty we're willing to take.
Well, again, they're fairly old and they haven't been. I mean, it's not like they've been checked out in a very long time. The last time that the other 3 were checked out was 6 years ago, so we actually just wrote them off as a loss. I mean, I'm sure you can probably. I'm sure there's plenty of pawn shops and stuff like that where you can go and find. Maybe there might be a flea market in town next week if you're really interested in checking that out. That might have them. Who knows?
Buy fleas? We wanted the books, not small insect.
Like a small ever heard of like a craft fair or like a craft fair or a kind of like artisans fair where like a number of people in the area kind of go and sell. A lot of it's useless junk, but some of it is actually very helpful. And some people do sell books and stuff like that there. Some people turn it into kind of like I guess they call it a yard sale is what the common term is called. Sometimes there are like some of the farmers bring milk.
It'd be nice to get some other tastes from around the area.
If that's something you're interested in, yeah, there is one scheduled for next week.
Do you know if there's any poison dealers in town?
Whoa!
There?
Whoa! What?
Like good poisons, like not the kind that'll,
Good poison?
There's-
Good point.
Why would you need poison? You don't seem like farmers or
No,
you seem like adventuring types. You don't seem like the individuals that would have like a rat problem or anything like that.
Well, I'm actually an aspiring dairy farmer.
I mean, you obviously have a bird problem, but oh wait, you actually do have a rat problem.
No, this is not a rat. This is a mouse, and his name is Sir Squinkington III.
This is the third one you've had?
It's the first mouse I've ever had, but I like the name. I like the third part. It feels like he's royalty.
Right.
He's a high class.
I'm really busy.
Right. He is totally royalty.
Make him a little crown.
Are you planning on checking those books out, by the way?
Yes. Here you go. I would like a library card.
Right, of course. All right. I'm
I
just gonna
don't
need you
have a last name.
Okay.
I'm kind of like the bard, Prince. Maybe you've heard of him.
He's okay. I've been more partial to what's that man's name? Run DMZ, I think is his name.
Timmick was just talking about Run DNC, and that's his like favorite kind of music. You guys have something in common. You guys should go have dinner together.
I'll pay.
I appreciate it, but I don't date senior citizens.
He's in his prime. He is a beast.
Dwarf. I may look old, but I'm a dwarf. I still have another 200 years solid on me.
Right, and I have another 400, so I don't really feel like outliving anyone that I
never know.
Besides, no.
Petra,
He's a dwarf in his stance, but he's a giant in his. Never mind.
Petra, do remember what I told you this morning, okay? Sometimes one never knows. Don't blame me later.
Maybe she's trying to deal your pickle. Dimmick, maybe that's what this is.
No, I would feel that, wouldn't I?
Sometimes.
All right, and we're gonna take a break, everybody. On that note, if you haven't already and you want to enter the dice giveaway, make sure you put in the command word if you're on Twitch, ! Enter, lowercase. If you need exact, if you need to copy and paste it, it is in the description down below here on Twitch. If you are on whatever platform you're on, there is a secret code word to get the awesome giveaway PDFs of Eldritch treasures, as well as the sorry, I always it's hard to remember these things. Eldritch Grimoires Nature's Wrath. It's a long name. So the magic code word for tonight is pickle. So put pickle in the chat if you want to get entered into that giveaway. And then if you're interested in winning the free dice, make sure you put ! Enter on Twitch. We will be seeing you after the break and we'll draw the winners. See you then. And we're back. So we had a couple people enter the giveaway, but we're gonna leave it open just for a little bit because Bumpy Crow is JD. So we're just gonna leave that one open for a little while for the dice giveaway, and we're also gonna leave the Eldritch Treasures and Eldritch Grimoires PDF giveaway open for a little while longer now too. All dick jokes aside, you are all currently at the front, still pestering Petra. Trying to get her to, I don't know, go on a date with somebody. What would you like to do?
I made my library. Did she make me like my library card and stuff?
Yeah, she did. What was the name you give her?
I gave her Juliet.
Okay.
No last name.
Juliet, no last name. Date of birth.
Blank.
Right. Blank. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, if you want, you can put 0103.
Okay. All right, perfect. Let's see here. All right, and I do need one more thing, a single lock of hair.
Pluck. There you go.
Thank you. And you see her kind of take it, and she kind of like waves her hand over it, and the hair like kind of glows for 1 second, and then disappears. Twilight, you know this is because what she's doing is she's cataloging Juliet's identity, so that way, in the off chance that she ever does make off with the book and never comes back, new security measures have been put in place in the past couple years to make sure that they either return their books or pay for them if they never come back.
So I just smile and tell Juliet, you are a very interesting person. No birth, no last name.
It's
But okay.
complicated. It's very complicated.
No, it's okay. I understand. Complicated.
I have people from the
Sometimes.
Underdark that's trying to kill me, so I'd rather not have like anything on my name like that. You know what I'm
But you
saying?
just advertise that to everybody.
I just now did that, and you can forget that I just said that. I'm really excited about this card, though.
I look around me and I watch Petra to see if she heard something, and then say, you should add dangerous to complicated.
That's what Timic always tells me.
This Timic may be right.
Timic is the dwarf, right over here.
Nice to meet you.
I'm always right.
He's not always right. And this is like, no, he's not. And this over here, the big guy, this is Maury.
Hi, Maury. I'm Twyla.
Nice to meet you. So it appears we owe you a favor.
Well, I'll collect later unless you are going away now. I'm researching some stuff.
What you researching?
Well, strange things. I'm looking for some answers to some things that happened. So I figured that one of the libraries of the world will have an answer.
We know strange things all the time.
We do a lot of work in Strange.
So much work in Strange. You should join us.
I was
My leg
so
was
worried.
normal a few weeks ago.
I was so worried that my favor was going to be wasted, but this sounds promising.
It's so promising. You can beat Beast, and you can kill people and jump out of windows, and you can take their heads, and then you... What? I'm naming all the cool things that we can do. And you get paid for it, too.
Most of the
Trying
time.
to scare her away?
No, I'm trying to intrigue her so she can join us.
Sometimes you wake up naked, and then an owlbear tries to eat you.
Sometimes you turn into a werewolf.
Do it, Timmy.
Yeah.
We'll understand if you say no. I'm willing to back out and just go with you.
Please don't turn into anything right now in the library. Please, before anything else, I need you to know that that is not a good idea. So thank you for that. And I'm afraid that this may have to be taken in baby steps, because I just received too much information and everything was dangerous.
But dangerous is so much fun, which Timmy clearly doesn't understand. But did you know that Timmy could control the weather?
Well,
He controls lightning. See that, Petra? Say he controls lightning in his pants. Did I do it? Did I do it right? Did I say it right?
yeah.
Am I doing a good job as your wingman?
Juliet, it sounds like you're trying way too hard.
Am I? I've never done this before. I've never tried to wingman somebody before.
You know, maybe
Baby steps.
maybe we should try. I could guide you around maybe and try to find those books that you were looking for, and just to, you know,
The last 3 volumes.
yeah, and we need to head out from the library. I think so.
We could always.
Yes, I think these last 3 volumes may be the key to everything.
And I want to know, why are you looking for that? It seems like it's really important, but it's really a fairy tale. So I'm curious.
Well, all fairy tales are based on some form of reality.
Imagination.
Like the 3 little pigs.
Yes.
Well, okay. So what do you think they have to do with reality, that you're so eager to find them all? No?
Ninjas that are turtles. That'd be pretty cool.
Clearly to have on our side.
If we find
Yes.
the secret to their training and how they were able to become so strong and powerful, we may be able to harness that and use it ourselves.
Right.
Magic?
Maybe they have artifact weapons.
That sounds interesting.
Find
Maybe
your
they-
trainer.
Maybe they were possessed.
By a
That's-
demon.
That's clearly not it.
This is why we need to find out.
All right.
They might just save them.
Save who? The turtles?
Yes, they might need us.
I think we need them more than they need us.
Only time will tell.
I'm starting to look around, like thinking if I really want to do this. Well, are we going to try to do that? Find the other volumes, move around, see what's inside town.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Right, Timmick?
What
Right,
about
Maury?
dinner?
Yeah, we're gonna do all that before we go kill all those weird frog creatures.
The frogs. Yes, we need to go kill them. And the troll. And we need to figure out why the weather is so hot. And we need to deal with the Underdark.
See? Strange.
The Underdark sounds like a you problem, not a we problem.
I mean, it could become a you problem. You see what happened with all the Dorgar.
It did become our problem pretty quick.
Yeah.
Shirley would have been on my side.
Shirley clearly would have been on my side.
Yeah. So
Petra,
Petra, where do we stand on dinner?
No. No, just no.
Well, what's your favorite animal?
Giraffes.
Turn into it.
Boom. There it is.
Give me a. No, there's no way to avoid that. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as your head actually shoots up and goes through the the second floor is like directly above you, so your head goes through the floor above you, and your head actually pops out on the second floor. The rest of your body is down below, on the regular floor, and she just kind of goes, Jesus,
No, it's still timid.
Okay.
Who's Jesus?
You're gonna, I don't know, some weird hippie. You're gonna fix that, right?
Totally fix it. If you go out on a date with him.
I'm not a carpenter.
You
Maybe
can't
your
talk.
Jesus fix it.
Talk to Jesus. He'll take care of it for you.
We'll clearly fix it if you go out on a date with him.
Ooh, I like
I'm pretty sure that I can just call the guards in here and they can make you fix it or pay for it.
We're gonna pay for it, but you have to go on a date with him.
I don't see it where I have to go on a date with him.
Look,
comes into
he's
this
been
equation.
he's all the way up there, so he can't really hear me say this. He has been like, and he just needs a little like, he just needs a date.
I mean, honestly, he can't understand what I'm saying now. I'd be willing to pay you to go on a date with him.
I will pay you,
Yeah.
and I will fix it.
Is he
He's not special. He's lonely.
He's very lonely.
Oh, I guess he reads children's books.
That's real though. That's no those.
It's not a children's book. It's research.
Let's not get into the
That's not important. Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, you said you would pay. I mean, I guess I can go on a date with him. Just one, right? Just one.
One, and if you like it,
I'll pay. You'll come back for the second one. I slide her 5 gold across the counter.
I put an extra 5 gold on the counter.
Oh.
I take 5 gold.
Oh, is it a double date then?
No, you just have 5 gold is enough. I'll take these for their favor.
I slide another 5 gold.
That's more like it, dear. All right. Not today, but maybe sometime later this week we can figure this out, I guess.
Hey, Timmick, she's totally into your giraffe form, and she's
funny.
yeah.
I try to pull my head through the hole and it's like stuck. Ah, great. Where shall we go?
Well, that's for you to figure that out, Timmick. Like I was just telling your friends, I'm not available tonight, but maybe 2 nights from now.
All right, I'll send word on where to go.
Fancy.
No, you don't need to worry about that.
Best milk in town.
Every dinner.
Best milk in town.
Milk steak.
Is there anything else you need, or can I get back to my work?
You can get back to work.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
see you in a few nights.
Are you coming with
I
us?
can't wait.
What's your name again?
Twyla.
Twyla. Are you coming with us? tonight?
I will. I'll keep an eye on them. Enjoy your afternoon, Petra. Try to find something fancy to wear.
Oh, you already know that I have something, but don't be careful, okay?
We will talk, don't worry.
Okay.
Did he just tell you don't be careful?
So,
I said be careful.
do you want to go find those books, or do you have other plans? Do you need a guide?
I mean,
Yeah, where
the-
would you go to find rare books? in antiquities?
At this point, just so you guys all know, you can spend the next week going through. This is kind of the downtime week now. So you are able to look for the Ninja Turtle volumes if you choose to. You can also do research on other things. You can also
Go on a date.
go on a date, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yes.
Amongst other things. So what I guess we'll go around the clock. Morharon, what is it that you wanted to Thanks, Press. What is it that you wanted to do for your week of downtime?
I want to spend some time trying to figure out how to utilize my breath weapon better.
Okay. Anything specific about how to use your breath weapon better?
I don't really feel like I need to always be spewing things out of my breath all the time. I think I should be able to just roar really loud and scare people.
Okay. With that, then I need you to, for the sake of this, make a intimidation check using either your charisma bonus or your strength bonus, whichever you choose. So it would be basically if you're proficient in intimidation, you would take your proficiency bonus and then add either your strength modifier to that or your charisma modifier to that, your choice. Which is probably very not easy to do in Foundry, but we can do math.
Yeah, so let me see, is it working right now, Foundry? Does it work? See, it did.
Hey.
So it's a 19 plus 4.
19 plus 4. Yeah, so you kind of spend a good portion of the week working on your roar, kind of examining yourself in the mirror, kind of like figuring out a way to look very menacing. For the sake of this, you've made a quarter of progress of what you're trying to accomplish. So you would have the ability to utilize your roar to intimidate your foes for a quarter of, I believe, the full times a minute. So it would be for 15 seconds, or for lack of a better term, 3 turns.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you.
Juliet.
I would be doing a few things.
Okay. What are those few things?
One of those things is reading up on the books that she's gotten, and just kind of like learning about like creatures and monsters and stuff that they can potentially be fighting or that might be helpful.
Okay.
And she would also be looking for a poison dealer.
Okay, poison dealer. All right, for the poison dealer, go ahead and give me. Let me think about this for 1 second. Minute. Give me a. Yeah, just give me an investigation check. And then also give me a deception check. Okay. You are able to kind of hide your intentions as you're kind of going around and inquiring about this. You're able to kind of sell it as if you're trying to deal with a rat problem or deal with, or you're having particular pests that are infesting your crops and stuff like that. You don't really find an individual who specifically deals with the kind of poisons that you're looking for, but you do find an individual who may be able to help you with techniques and methodologies to keep yourself safe while trying to harvest specific dangerous chemicals and stuff like that.
Like purple worm poison?
Basically just handling, and not necessarily like they don't have the ability to do, like they don't have any of the reagents that you'd be looking for or anything like that. but they are able to kind of give you some like kind of they basically could just kind of talk shop on how they would go about kind of extracting, whether it be venom from a spider or poison from another kind of creature of some sort, or a specific kind of plant, and how to distill that down. So you get some knowledge on kind of generally some good anecdotal knowledge on how to distill and create poisons, but you don't find a contact that would necessarily be able to either get you reagents or get you poisons themselves.
And the last thing she would be looking for is a private investigator.
Private investigator. Okay. Sure. This is gonna have to be another investigation deception kind of combo roll here as well.
Okay. Let's see. There's the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay. You are able to go around and eventually do find an individual that has known in small spaces to be able to attain information that is generally hidden or works in the shadows and is generally unseen, is able to acquire information about specific people or also monitor things. Basically, you find somebody fitting the description of what you're looking for. You do kind of like draw a little bit of attention from some individuals though, and you know this. You're not able to kind of like keep your intent completely hidden from individuals who you ask of the whereabouts of this PI, which may or may not be a bad thing. But so you do find a private investigator. His name is Locke, Locke, and he resides in Vincent Trench, and he resides in he does reside in Lower Nulgrim.
yeah, so I go to him.
Okay. What are you looking for? Somebody you want a tale? Someone you need information about? Are you looking for a star-crossed lover or something like that? Like, what's your fancy here?
Both, actually, and I'm willing to pay.
Okay.
Or
What are you
maybe
looking for?
trade out something. Well, one, I'm looking for some information you can give me on. I know the person already, but I want information on Bailey. The next thing I want to know is I'd like to know about Marcus Lightfoot. Where is he at?
Well, might be able to give you some information about the ladder right now. Marcus happens to own one of the most profitable bakeries in this city.
And she laughs. Bakeries. He owns a bakery now. Okay, go on.
Mm-hmm.
Writing it down. Bakery in town. Okay.
He you know, he's married to that Theodosia girl.
Married
been-
to the whore. Okay, thank you.
That's one way to put it. But yeah, he owns the sweet roll in town.
Sweet roll. Thank you.
That's free. Information on the Phales is going to cost you quite a bit.
What you looking at?
I mean, we're looking at least 500.
Okay.
Depends on what you want. What are you looking for? What exactly do you want me to find out for you? Anything to do with them, it's going to be at least 500. Beyond that, like, what is it that you specifically want?
I want everything you know, whatever that you think is important. I have reason to believe that they're after us, and I want my crew to be on them before they're on us. They're kind of on us now, but I want to be able to be over the curve and not under it.
So
I've been
they're taking
hanging
us-
out with Moron a lot, and I'm using terms that I don't normally do, but that's basically what I'm saying.
So they've been targeting you and your group.
Yeah.
Just got more expensive. I can do this for you. I can figure out why they're going after you. I can figure out their whereabouts, and I can figure out when they plan to strike next. However,
Okay.
if what you say is true, and that they are after you folks, it's going to be a little bit extra. It's going to be a lot harder to keep myself quiet inquiring about, things that they're after apparently very fervently right now.
Understandable. How about 600 gold right now? And I got some stuff that I'm working on, and I'll give you more a little bit later.
I don't deal in I've got something later on. 750 now, 500 when it's done.
Fine.
Deal.
And I'll give him the 750. If you can
Perfect.
subtract that out of my thing, because I'm bad at math right now.
Yeah, I can do that.
So I give him the gold, and
Mhm.
I will be staking out the sweet roll while Timmick's on his date.
Okay. The rest of the time. So you have 350 left, so I'll put that in your
That's
sheet.
fine. Thank you. And of course, I would, beside the sweet roll, I would tell my crew what I'm doing and what I did and what I paid for and everything about the Phales stuff.
Okay.
That's all.
Perfect. Twyla, what are you doing over the course of this week?
Well, I'm gonna keep researching
Okay.
in the library and speaking with Petra about her upcoming date. And that, and I want to see if I can find a corner in the fair to make some extra gold.
Okay. Are you trying to be a wingman for Timmick, or are you trying to talk, are you trying to butter Petra up, or are you trying to make her feel even worse about the situation than she already does?
No, I'm trying to get her to take the opportunity. Like, sometimes things happen. Don't keep the negativity rolling. Just try to enjoy it. Let's see what happens. Be positive. And if not, well, you learned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Okay.
trying to make her feel bad.
All right. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. So that way you
All
roll
right.
dice for the first time.
Whoa. Persuasion.
Okay. She kind of just like gives you a nod, like, I mean, what else am I gonna do, right? I mean, I guess I gotta make the best out of this situation. I'm already up 5 gold. I'll take that.
Okay, I give you the 5 goals that I took. Okay. Now I feel bad.
Oh, all right. And then you're doing research on things that interest you. So go ahead and give me an investigation check. And you know this library, so it'll be at advantage. Which doesn't matter because that's a 4 and a 3, giving you a 9 and an 8. You find information about various creatures that fit some description of the thing that you're looking for, but they don't match up quite exactly the way that you want them to. You find a lot of information about like some aquatic life but that doesn't seem like that matches what you're looking for. You find some information about creatures that dwell in the Underdark, but that doesn't really fit the description of the things you're looking for. It's kind of just a muddied mess. And you just can't really seem to find anything specific on what you're trying to find. As far as a place in the fair, you've got a pretty good reputation amongst the folks here, and because of the kind of like good things you've been doing for a number of the different individuals in town, a number of the workers and stuff like that, helping out wherever you can, they more than are willing to help find you a place to set up, and they are able to get you a nice little booth in the corner. Actually not in the corner, actually on the main thoroughfare of this flea market, so you can showcase your skills. Awesome. Timmick, what are you doing besides going on a date?
Well, firstly,
and we'll get to the date here in a second.
I would like to read my, what is it called? The Tome of Understanding.
Okay. That does take 48 hours to read over 6 days, so you can easily do that. And but there is a little bit of a how do you want to break up your reading? Because your date is in 2 days. You could read it all, but you'll have 2 points of exhaustion when you go into your date if you read it straight through. You could break it up and actually sleep. Yeah.
How long does it take? 8 hours to read it?
48. Takes 2 whole days.
I guess I'll wait till after the date.
Okay. So yeah, absolutely. So you'll be able to do that. So after
2
your
days
date,
prep for this date.
Yeah. After this date, you will be able to read it, and you will gain that permanent, I believe it's a +2 to your wisdom score, if I'm not mistaken. Is there anything else that you want to do over the course of this week before your date?
No, just prep for this date.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a, I'm trying to think of what do I want to use for this? Just roll a charisma check. Okay. All right. You've kind of like pepped yourself up. You've kind of taken the time to kind of like comb your beard a little bit. Made sure Dale
Can I give you the idea of what the fancy dinner I want to do was?
Yes, you can. But I do want to let you know you're able to kind of get some of the twigs out. You remove some of Dale's poop out of your beard, so that's not a concern. You kind of clean yourself up and you look more presentable than you normally do. You're a little bit more cleaned up. But what is your idea for your date?
Since we are friendly with the Duke, I would like to go to the castle and see if we can arrange a private dinner from the castle chef.
Okay. That will take a little bit of convincing. Go ahead. Let's see. The best person to talk to about that. Actually, no. You would actually have the ability to do that. You're actually allowed to stay in the castle if you wanted to. Most nights, you guys just choose to stay anywhere else because you can stay for free. But you are able to set up a evening of private dining with her for that evening, with a dish prepped by the head chef Diva Fiera.
And the best southern wines.
Of course. So you're able to kind of prep all that and get everything ready. And actually, in fact, some of the kind of general hands of the castle actually help kind of set it up. And it's a very fine and exquisite display that you prep here. Before we head into that, is there anything else any of you would like to do before we role play out the course of what is sure to be a romantic evening between a halfling and a dwarf?
I will just bring Mori to the side because there's something that I would like to do at the end of Timmick State. Not too Timmick, but I have a plan.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to take Mori to the side. Like one night when I'm back home, like from stalking, because there's no other nice way of saying she's been stalking him.
Okay.
Mori, I need to talk to you about something.
All right, sounds important. What can I help you with?
So, I recently discovered that somebody owns a shop called the Sweet Roll, and Timmy, I mean not Timmy, Mori, I don't know how I'm gonna say this. I need you to pretend that we're engaged and we're going in and we're looking for a wedding cake, okay? That's what I'm needing to do.
I'm all in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. And she hugs him just way too tight.
1 second.
Yes.
And I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out her pretty pink dress. And I say, I think you're going to need this, though. And I give her beautiful little pink ball gown that she bought. You got to look the part if we're going in there.
Okay. Actually, I need something more sultry. I need something more revealing, if you catch my thrift.
All right. I just tuck the dress back in there. I'll leave that up to you then.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna do that. And yeah, she would just look for a dress. And I'll let you get back to Timmick State while she's looking for a dress. Black, to be specific. Short.
Okay. You are able to get a dress made for you at the Silken Robe for the price of 50 gold pieces, because it is crafted by one of the finest threadsmith tailors, whatever you want to call it. Sylvan Cheezels. He is known far and wide for being one of the best tailors in the northern part of the kingdom, and people even come from the southern areas of the kingdom to get a garment created and fitted by him. So you are able to get a quite exquisite, revealing, sultry little black dress.
Thank you. Is anything better than the pink one with the feathers and the
Do I need some kind of special outfit to go in, or what would your fiance wear?
leathers?
No shirt and leathers.
No, he would have a shirt, but it would be
on the back of a horse with long flowing blonde hair.
You too would be Fabi. Let's see.
So,
Leathers.
all right. So I'll
Studded leather.
okay.
Ride in a centaur.
I'll go to find some nice form-fitting leathers.
Sylvan is more than happy to oblige, and he is able to fashion the exact garment that you are requesting. Leathers is actually something that is a very easy material to actually make outfits out of, and he's able to give that to you for 30 gold pieces.
Okay.
All right, you guys are all outfitted, but we'll put a pause on blackmail, and or whatever you want to call it, Operation Jealousy, and we are gonna go to Timic, you are able to make your way back to the library to go pick up your date.
Good evening, Petra.
It is evening.
She is ready for the day, right?
Oh, yeah, she's ready. I mean, she's wearing a little bit better of a dress than she wore when you saw her last.
Okay. Well, you look
and
fantastic tonight, Petra.
you look
I know. A little.
you look groomed.
Thanks.
All right. Where are you taking me tonight?
We're going to the top of the town tonight.
Okay. Where would that be?
Only the fanciest for you. Shall we be on our way?
She kind of like looks around to make sure no one's gonna like kidnap her.
Don't worry, Juliet's not here.
Somehow it doesn't make me feel better, but let's go. And you are able to walk your way through town, and you're making your way downtown. And you begin to kind of walk your way towards the gates of Upper Nulgrim, and she's just like, okay, all right. I've never been in this part of town. Okay. And you continue to keep moving, and you kind of just see her kind of in awe by the fact that she's even in this section of town. She's kind of like, she's being very quiet and like kind of like just like awestruck by like the whole just the grandeur of like what she's walking into.
I'm gonna whisper down to her. Should never judge a book by its cover.
I guess not. As you continue to make your way through, you are escorted into the castle, and at this point she's just silent. Like she can't believe like where she is, where you're going, what you're doing. It bewilders her. She kind of starts to get a little bit sheepish and just kind of like she just doesn't know what to say. You are able to make your way into the dining hall or where you have set up your evening. A nice kind of small ornate dining set is set up in front of you. Not only is, while Nulgrim is kind of known to be much more of a rough and, I wouldn't say rough and tumble, but kind of much more of like they're more of a sturdier folk. They know how to still put on a good meal, and not only that, an exquisite meal. You actually see in the placing there's actually 3 different sizes of forks, each for a different section of the meal, 2 different cutting knives in addition to a butter knife, as well as different serving spoons. You actually currently sitting on the what did you request from Diva for your first course?
I think I would have consulted Twyla to get a taste of, to see what she likes to eat. And I would have had it prepared around what she wanted.
Okay. Absolutely. So you actually do arrive into a just a general kind of like house salad and greens, but with some sort of there's almost some sort of like vinaigrette that's like placed in like a little glass, it wouldn't be a decanter, but like a little glass pitcher on the side. 2 candles lit in the middle that come up to they're both red candles that are both just kind of flickering there. the lighting in here is actually fairly dim, where most of the light in this room is actually being given off by the candles that are here central in this chamber, with a couple of little accent lights around the corner. You swear you can hear the faint sounds of someone playing a violin in the background, but they're not present in the room. And it's just a very nice, intimate space.
Are there flowers on the table?
There are.
Are there any that aren't in bloom yet that I can pop open with Druidcraft?
There absolutely is. And as you do that, you see coming from, and you actually specifically requested this. You placed a some irises and in the center of the table, and when you go ahead and you have your Druidcraft go, you actually do see them come into bloom. They've just kind of spring forth and open up, and she just kind of like just gasps at the magic and the wonder of this moment. And she kind of just looks at you and says, I had no idea.
I may seem filthy, not gonna lie, but like I said, can't judge a book by its cover. I know how to treat a lady.
That you do.
Maybe an adventurer, but I like to think I'm a little more sophisticated than I let off.
Good to know. She goes to kind of walk to go take her seat at the other side of the table.
I pull out her chair and slide her back in.
Yeah, and she coyly sits down and gets herself comfortable as you go ahead and walk around and take the seat on the other side of her. It's at that moment that Diva walks in with the second course. You see this very burly looking man, thick, like black sunglasses, like white, like blonde dyed hair, like very large muscles, what almost looks like a Hawaiian shirt almost, and with just a number of different like cooking accoutrements with knives, like almost like he's got like a little utility belt of knives and other things. He walks in with what almost looks like the with what appears to be just a kind of very fancily made and ornately dressed dish. It's a soup, but it's almost got like a little bit of a cornmeal crumble over it. It's kind of like an orange color. It's a creamy kind of consistency. And he kind of just goes and places it, and he goes, Sir, Madame, for today's first course, you will be having a what amounts to a lobster, basically a lobster stew, with a little bit of jalapeno cornmeal crumble on top. Enjoy. And he kind of just like goes and leaves. And just kind of, you see him like almost like he's sucking it in as he kind of like goes over and places it down. And he turns around and he just goes, oh, and like just kind of like lets out a big like breath of air and like kind of like lets his gut finally hang back out as he goes back into the back of the kitchen. The levity of this moment is not lost on him. However, this is very outside of his comfort zone as far as like serving a exquisite meal under these normal circumstances. She goes ahead and begins to enjoy her soup as you begin to have conversation. What would you like that conversation to be? It's your date, buddy. You walked into this. We're doing
I want to know about her.
Wine and dine your GM, buddy. Let's go.
I mean, I would like to know more about her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about her work.
Well,
I guess
I've
to
been
start with, and
well, my parents moved here not too long ago when well, not too long ago well, you understand. Probably about 100 years ago, my parents and I moved here from Thistlebrush. Just kind of looking for a new start. I mean, not that we didn't enjoy our normal halfling society there. It's just we just wanted something more simple, less complicated. Technology was kind of the big business there, and it was just never anything that my father or my mother were ever really interested in. And they were intellectuals, but not in the same way. It's part of the reason why I always was interested in books, is that they always just had books laying around for me to read. I always became fascinated by understanding just specific histories of just like, you know, I guess dead societies. And not only that, just some of the kind of, I mean, some of the stories seem a little bit over the top and fantastical, but I'm sure some artistic license was taken with some of the histories of old. But I always just found myself getting lost in the stories that people passed from generation to generation.
yeah,
But
it's interesting stuff.
what about you? What have your eyes seen in your life? You've been around for a while. I mean, you must have a very interesting number of stories to tell.
No, I grew up as, you know, regular dwarf, a dwarven society, much like your halfling society. And one day I went over to Timberwood and happened to drink a little too much, wandered out into the woods. And I stayed there for years. Never went home. Many decades.
Where were you from? Specifically?
Put me on the spot here. DM.
You're from the hilltop.
The hilltop.
So you left town to go to Timberwood and then got drunk and wandered off into the woods. Hilltop's like 2 miles from Timberwood. You were lost in the woods for how many years?
I wouldn't say lost. While I was in the woods, I gained some powers and saw myself as kind of the protector of the forest. I was stopping the loggers from clear cutting and, you know, caring for the animals.
That is fairly noble. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oops. Yeah, I pressed it twice by accident.
It's okay. Good thing the first one was what it was. Jeez. You've surprised me. This is all occurring as you guys are continue to eat different kinds of dishes as they keep. Diva is still trying to do his best to kind of like project an air of decorum and class, but having a lot of difficulty doing it. But she doesn't mind. It seems to be the highest level of society she's ever been a part of anyway, so everything is completely amazing to her. I'm surprised. I guess like we said, you can't judge a book by its cover, but I never expected such nobility from, or not nobility, but just such caring from those kind eyes.
Well, I told you I would take you to the best. Didn't want to let you down.
As your evening continues to go on, you have generally good conversation. You learn a little bit more about her, a little bit more of some of the histories and stories of the area, a little bit more about Thistlebrush. So you have some good background knowledge of what goes on there, and we'll talk about that offline. But you had a really good first date. And at the end, after you kind of walk her back to wherever, presumably the library, but or presumably where she directs
lives
you.
at the library?
She doesn't live at the library, but she kind of like directs you to where she lives, and she kind of thank you for the evening. It was more pleasant than I expected.
Well, maybe next time I'm in town, because my group will be heading out shortly. We could do this again.
I'd like that.
All
And
right.
your friends don't have to pay me next time either.
Oh, they paid you?
They did,
No,
but
take care of them.
yeah, they care for you,
Yeah,
despite what you think they may or may not. They care for you.
no. I just know my life has changed since I've met them, so.
Well, maybe for the better. We would never have met. You'd still be drunk in the forest, probably, right?
Probably. Yeah. Guess I'm thankful for them too.
Good night, Timmick.
Good night, Petra.
And she just kind of gives you a little coy kiss on the cheek and goes to her house.
Yes, I turn around and yes!
Yeah!
I turn around and call lightning, just blast everything.
Da-na-na-na! All right. So there's your date. All right, Operation Revenge. What are you doing?
For finding out that they paid?
No, I mean Operation Revenge is in like stakeout / like trying to like blackmail / ruin someone else's life. What are you guys doing? Let's go
All
from
right.
that really nice soft tender moment to ruining somebody else's life. Let's do this.
So, Jules, I don't need details. I trust that what you want me to do is exactly what I need to do, but just tell me what it is you hope for me to do for you in here so I don't mess it up.
I don't know. I just want to hurt him. And I can't physically do that without getting in trouble. I just
So, do you want me to go with you to make him jealous, but is there a chance that I reach across the counter and smack this guy?
if it makes you feel any better, he's the reason that I died, came back, and made a deal with an. I don't think my patron's evil. I don't know. But yeah, that's why I have weird dreams once every couple of nights for the rest of my life. And when I die, my soul is owned.
That's a lot of information.
Well, there you go. Now you know.
All right, well, let's go do what we can do then.
How do I look? Do I look okay?
You look fantastic. I do have to say, this is the most uncomfortable outfit I've ever put on in my life. But for you, I'll do it.
You're the best, Maury. Thank you. And you look great.
I'm not positive I even know how to walk in these pants, but we'll figure it out.
Your butt looks awesome, and that's all that matters.
Oh boy. All right, let's go.
All right.
Okay.
You guys make your way over to the area of Lower Nulgrim, or sorry, not of Lower Nulgrim, of the Market District where the Sweet Roll is. You're currently standing in front of a very, I wouldn't say grand, but it's a bakery, but it's a pretty large bakery. It's actually kind of surprising how how something as simple as baking can like literally take up this much space in this kind of area of the market. But it's clear that it's one of the most hopping places. If you've ever been to Mike's Pastries in Boston, think of Mike's Pastries in Boston, but a bigger version of Mike's Pastries in Boston. Basically, you kind of see a line of patrons like just clamoring for there's a number of different people that are working there as well. It's not just, you actually do see Marcus and Theodosia actually kind of meandering back and forth in this stand, that they're or in this bakery that they're in. But you actually do see a number of other different individuals you see a halfling, you actually see a half orc, and you also see a half elf that are all behind the counter, kind of trying to basically serve everybody as best they can.
Cool. Well, we wait. I looked at Maury and like, okay, I guess we'll wait in line.
No, we won't. And then I just go walk right into the front door. Is there a sign on the door, like one of those signs that one side says open, one side says closed?
Yes, there is.
As we walk in, I just walk past everybody waiting. If anybody's like, hey, what are you? I just kind of look at them like, no. I go in and I flip the sign to closed.
Okay. Slowly over time, the number of patrons thins out until eventually there's only about like 5 or 6 left.
I just kind of put my arm around her waist and walk up to the counter.
Okay.
Hello. Is anybody here? I'm looking to make a wedding cake, a spectacular wedding cake.
Yes. Hi.
Oh.
Do my eyes deceive me?
More.
Juliet.
Oh, do you two know each other?
He looks oddly familiar, but I don't quite remember.
You usually don't hang out with weaker folk. It'd be weird for me to see you knowing somebody of this disposition.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, you look familiar. Do I know you?
This old dance.
All right, little guy. So we are needing a wedding cake. Me and the missus. What? Apparently your shop's not the greatest, but one of the only ones we can choose from. So, what is it that we can?
Good job.
What do we do? How do we get this cake made?
Well, it's very simple. You give me an idea of what kind of design you're looking for. I price it out and give you a bid, and we figure out if we want to move forward. However, I'd be willing to help out an old friend.
I think you're using the words old and friend both pretty loosely right there.
You know, Moron, he does I do remember who he is. Remember that loser that I told you that I used to, I don't know what that was.
Vaguely. Forgettable conversation.
Yeah.
When you know, I don't think about anybody else when I'm with you but you.
Oh.
Wow. You guys must clearly be head over heels for each other.
Well, when
No.
you find true love, you'd be stupid to do anything to hurt it. So,
Like, leave it for a hooker.
Well,
somebody that dumb throw themselves at the ground and miss.
well, we can't all claim to be perfect.
She can.
Oh, Maury.
All right. So
That she can. You're not wrong.
we want big,
Sorry, go ahead.
ostentatious, over the top. The biggest, nicest, just like our wedding's gonna be, top quality.
Like, can we have, instead of like a bride and groom, can we have our swords instead, like at the very top? Like crossed together, kind of like cool.
Yeah, I can manage something like that. That's no problem. Do you want the actual weapons themselves involved in the cake, or do you want just a small scaled model? I can take.
Yeah,
I
no,
can
let's
actually
do it.
leave a position for your weapons in the cake if
And
you'd
I'll just
like.
take my maul off and put it on the counter.
As he says that, as he
Wow.
does that, I summon my blade and I kind of like put it like up like, you know, frontwards, where it's kind of like touching his neck just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You see? This one be funny. It's a great story to tell you how I got it. And then make it disappear.
What do you think? Think you can help us out with that?
Yes. I think I can manage that. Like I said, anything for a friend of mine.
Don't call us friends.
Well, old acquaintances at least.
All right, let's shake on it. And I squeeze his hand so unbelievably hard and look him in the eye and say, you better be very, very careful with anything that you say or do around my lady. It's her only that is keeping me from picking up this maul and seeing what the inside of your head looks like.
Well, if you feel that strongly, then you probably know, or at least she's probably told you what happened. So I understand where you're coming from. I won't do anything funny. I'll give you the cake that you're looking for. Give me an insight check.
Both of us or no?
Just more Huron, because he's piercing right into his soul right now.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Now hold on, because I am going to. Hey, it's an 18.
Okay. You get the sense off that 18 that there is a sense of guilt, remorse, and just a general desire to make some sort of amends.
All right.
To whatever extent that could be. It's a very... He's not hiding anything from you. He's sincere in what he's trying to do.
So I just continue to look at him in the eye. I slowly release the pressure on his hand And I just say,
Hold on 1 second. Apparently, when people subscribe, I cannot hear anybody anymore for some reason. I appreciate the subscriptions, but I cannot hear anything. There, no, I can hear things.
So I slowly start to release the pressure from his hand, and I just look at him and say, it'll never be enough.
I know.
And then I grab my maul, I put it back in my holder, I grab Juliet by the waist, pick her up, give her a huge kiss right in front of him, sit her down, and smack her on the butt and say, let's go.
She was not expecting that, so she's like, that wasn't, okay. Let's go. Kind of like absolutely confused, looks back, glares.
As I walk out, I flip the sign back around and head out.
Okay. As you turn back to flip the sign around, you kind of just see him look to whom you can only presume is Theodosia, and just kind of like gives her a look, and then just kind of like drops his head.
I'm gonna burn your building. Okay.
How'd I do? Was that what you expected?
Boy, that was great. Next time, just let me know. That's gonna happen. But you did great. That was amazing. That was the best thing I've ever seen.
You didn't want me to squeeze his hand like that.
No, that's not what I'm saying, big guy.
You want me to order a cake?
No, the cake ordering was perfect. We're gonna take the cake and we're gonna eat it at the tavern with Timmick and Twyla. And and the rest of the crew. And no, that the cake was great. Everything, the other thing that happened.
Oh, did I lay it on a little too thick? I thought I felt in the moment that made the most impact.
Which part do you think I'm talking about?
The part where I like pulled my hammer back and put it in my holster like that.
You know what? Yes.
It was like that walk away type moment.
It was great. It was the most amazing moment I've ever seen. Let's go have dinner, Maury.
All right.
And you return back to the sure, why not? You return back to the Tricky Ingot Tavern, where Timmick is kind of enjoying a nice warm glass of milk at the counter, swapping stories with Twyla about how everything went, and you feel a sense of accomplishment with your week's time here. Personal accomplishment as opposed to the killing type that you normally experience.
How was your date, Timmick?
You look good. You appear to be glowing, my friend.
Yup. Oh wait, no. That's fairy fire. I cast it on myself by accident.
I guess it was that good.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. It was excellent. She kissed me on the cheek.
Really?
That's great.
I kissed on the mouth.
You what?
He did. It happened. It was.
Was that like the biggest moment of your night?
He was like, pretend you're my fiance. And so I was like, man, I mean, that was just the end of it. You should have seen all the other stuff. I flipped the sign around.
You probably did something cool with your maul.
Do it all. I put the maul on the thing. It was cool.
It was the best moment ever.
Awesome.
The maul?
Yeah.
Everything, Maury. She kind of looks at him. Everything.
You put it on the table. Did you pick it up and like put it back in its holder wicked cool and walk away.
You know how I do that.
That sounds better than my date.
I gotta learn some kind of cool trick that I can like spin it.
It's kind of top heavy.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I bet I could find a good blacksmith to put like a ring on it. And I just.
Oh.
That would be so amazing. What do you think, Twyla?
I think that sounds like a plan.
Blacksmith then.
Blacksmith
Let's abandon all of the missions and find this blacksmith.
and turtles.
It's all blacksmiths.
Is there a blacksmith in town? I think there should be a blacksmith in town.
There is. He made Sir Squeakington this adorable outfit.
He did.
Well, if he made Mr. Squeakington an outfit, I'm sure he can do that.
Mr. Squeakington the third, but I'll forgive it this time.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Seems like we all had pretty successful evenings.
Yeah. It was great. Thanks, Marharan, for doing that.
No, my night was great.
Glad your
Not
night
yours.
was good.
My night has been great. I've been having so much fun hearing you all.
We
You
need to
really...
get you.
No,
We need to
No.
get you on a date.
I'm fine. I'm enjoying all of your victories. Don't worry. I'm
We-
fine.
We need to get you on a date with someone, just not Marharan, but anyone else but Marharan.
It's yeah. I mean, did you do a lot of good studying though? Because I know that's what you like to do, research and study.
You want to let off some steam?
I am
I know something fun.
absolutely fine. Do not concern yourself with me right now. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I was gonna say you can borrow my flying broom and zoom around a little bit.
Or we can get drunk.
You're not drinking a drop.
I'm going to drink more than a drop as a victory drink.
Well, I am happy to tag along. I'll watch what happens.
Jezen's already like, here we go again. He's already like gotten a bottle off the top, and he's like, yeah, here you go. Yep, see you. Yep, see you in 20 minutes.
Jezen, round the table. Four bottles, please.
Cheers, everybody.
Is that bird there?
Cheers.
The bird is there.
I call
currently.
the bird over to join us.
Dylan, your pickle.
Feeling the pickle.
And that's where we're gonna end it tonight. That was so much fun. Okay, so before we head off, this was awesome. So glad to be back. This was so much fun. Okay, so for dice giveaways, I gotta do my thing over here. It's looking like, okay. I believe, I'm just trying to go through this because it looks like we did have some entries on YouTube for the dice giveaway, but they didn't go through because it doesn't work that way. But we're gonna figure it. I'm gonna do the whole reverse math thing and figure out who won to make our lives easier. Okay. So it looks like the winner of the dice giveaway is gonna be Ron Davis on YouTube, or I'm gonna try to make it go to you, Ron. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna make it work, but I will. Actually, the best thing that you can do is I'm gonna have you find our Discord server down in the description below of either the video here, and it should be here in the video on YouTube, or you should be able to find it in the chat here somewhere. I'm sure it plugged the Discord at some point or something. Go in there and we'll make sure we can communicate and figure all that out so we can get you your the dice. And then for the giveaway for the Eldritch press items, the grimoire and the treasures it's also gonna go to Ron Davis. So we'll get all of that stuff to you, Ron, and we'll figure that out. It's been great. It was so much fun to be back. thank you so much. We will see y'all next time, and until then, stay safe and happy gaming.
Hey guys.
Bye.
You guys.